Sorry guys, I just got a phone call. And so what was I talking about before? Oh yeah, episode 2, Attack of the Clones, had focused on both politics and war. Like, yeah, Boba Fett. That's why I got to, before I ended the last video, Boba Fett, as you all know, was the bounty hunter in episode that was shown in episodes 4, 5, and 6. And they introduced Boba in episode 2, but as a kid. And his father had the same armor that was just like his, except it was blue and a little more buffed out. Like a little more shinier, I should say. And his name was Jango Fett. And Jango Fett, he was the main source of all those clones. Like, all those clones had his DNA in it. In them. And, the clones were the stormtroopers, I guess, later in the original trilogy. And see now, what am I missing? Oh yeah, in that scene where the Jedi from the Jedi Temple, like Jedi Masters, the Jedi Knights, the Padawans, you know, they were all there. Going Republic this time. And, you know, almost all kinds of Jedi except for younglings. I don't think there were younglings. Younglings are the, children Jedi. And then, you know, that big battle broke out. Mace Windu was fighting Jango Fett. He cuts Jango's head off. Boba was forced to raise himself since he doesn't have a father, since his father just died right in front of him. Which was really sad. I know that Boba Fett was the villain in the original trilogy, but you gotta feel kind of sad for the poor kid. I mean, come on, that was his dad. I know that his dad was a assassin, and he tried to kill the queen, but you know, you gotta think of it real quick. That's a kid. He just witnessed his dad getting killed. But anyway, whoops, wrong button. Watch out, oh! Dang it, Wonder Subset, this is why we don't bring you on missions. This is why you're still a recruit, because you do not know how to use weapons. Get back to the shipper, and we will talk about your punishment later. Alright, but, and then as you all know, the last time they showed Boba in the new trilogy was in episode 2. Well, don't run into my line of fire, dummy. I bet you that's the first thing they taught about you in weapons training. And, yeah, the last time we saw Boba was in episode 2, Attack of the Clones. I'm talking about the original, no, not the original, the new trilogy before they showed, the new, or the old Boba Fett. I'm getting confused myself now. The bounty hunter Boba Fett in episode 4, 5, and 6. And, he was last seen crouching over his, father's corpse, or his head, and then, like, he picks up, his father's helmet, which included his head. And, you know, I think he was crying when he put the helmet against his head. I don't know, they never showed it, but I'll bet you he was. and then an all-out Clone War happened during after Episode 2, like the Clone Wars started. And that's when they started making the TV shows, like the one that they showed in 2006, I think. Star Wars, Clone Wars, like, you know, the one that they had, you know, only 2 seasons of before they ended it with the final episode, which showed stuff that happened before the beginning events in Episode 3, you know, where, like, for those of you who haven't seen that episode, like, the final part of it, like, Anakin, he's on the ship, he's like, okay, attention everyone, get to your ships, and rendezvous with me at this space site or something, and, that's when Episode 3 just started. And, no, that episode did not end in a cliffhanger. Like I said before, it's supposed to be... the TV series is supposed to be a prequel that showed events that happened before Episode 3. And, the series ended on that final episode because it wasn't considered a cliffhanger. Because that's what actually happened afterwards. After that happened, then they all were at the beginning events of Episode 3. And so anyway, we're done with Episode 2. Now, then I gotta talk about the Star Wars The Clone Wars on Cartoon Network, the newer one. With, they already had, like, I think 5 seasons of it. And I think the 5th one just ended, like, a month or 2 ago. What was I saying? Yeah, it ended like a few months ago with finding out with Ahsoka leaving the Jedi Order because he thought it was too much stress, and that's the last time we'll see Ahsoka. I don't know if we're ever going to see her again. If we do, I'll bet you she might die in the new season or the season after that. Either she might die, or that's the last time we ever see her and she's off having a new life, doing whatever. And for those of you who haven't seen this episode, you all probably know that Darth Maul is back. He didn't die in Episode 1. I was just talking about Rant, and now I'm talking about Star Wars stuff, but anyway... I'm just talking about the, all the trilogies, like both trilogies and the prequel cartoons. The canon cartoons, I don't know what you call them, but, Darth Maul didn't die, no, he almost died in one of the episodes where him and his brother, Savage Opress, fights off the Emperor. But the Emperor overwhelms them and he kills them. No, he just killed Savage Opress. Which sucks because Savage was an awesome character. Like, a more stronger Darth Maul. Ironic enough, he had like, he almost had the face of Darth Maul, except it was yellow. And he actually had the double-bladed lightsaber. And, yeah, so basically that's how that's how the Clone Wars series ends. Well, not series, season, I should say. Oh no! And I can't wait for Season 6 to come out soon. I can't wait to find out what happens. Like, will Ahsoka come back? Will she die or something? Or will she... Like, I'm wondering what will happen. You know, it's... The thought of it is just really exciting, especially for a Star Wars fan like me. This way, Chewbacca! Yeah. Oh, good. And now on to episode 3, which did not discuss politics at all. It just showed the final of the original trilogy that happened, of the new trilogy that happened, and then happens a few years later during the original trilogy. Like, Anakin and Obi-Wan, they save the Chancellor, they kill Count Dooku, and then they kill General Grievous, which ends the war, the Clone Wars. And then